This past year has been hard. We've been living through a lot of things that we previously thought were only fiction. I'm purposely delaying what we've been living through because the YouTube algorithm doesn't like it when it's set on screen. But this year and a half, almost two, living in a pandemic, it changes a lot of things. A lot of how you view things personally. So the reason I decided to write this video was because I recently found a show called The Strain. There's no particular reason why I decided to watch this show. I just saw it on my recommended. There was this weird sense of agency because we were viewing a pandemic, but we already know how this plays out. So a question popped in my head of, should we be viewing pandemic media? Now, I'm not talking news, I'm specifically talking fiction. A lot of zombie media deals with pandemics, virus outbreaks, but what caught my eye about The Strain was the first character we follow. He works for the CDC. Now, I'm sure when this show first came out, the target audience probably did not have a good grasp on what the CDC was. But now, post-2020, everyone knows what the CDC is. The reason I bring this up is because we can understand on a much better level now what it's like for these poor scientists to be telling people to quarantine and them blatantly ignoring it and seeing the downfall because of that. The whole first season of the show are these scientists yelling for cooperation and seeing no support from their government or media. Not everything accurately translates from this media to real life. Of course not, it's fiction. However, a lot of the details that I see in the background were very relatable. Like this single shot here of this man walking past and his mask is clearly below his nose. Like, you see that every day when you go to the grocery store or, you know, out to just exist outside your home, outside of quarantine. I'm sure when they were first making the shot, no one thought twice about this man wearing his mask inaccurately or wearing his mask wrong. But now, it's such a common thing, and I found it myself almost laughing at this very small, minuscule detail. Again, because I can find agency in that. But all this agency aside, the reason why I'm talking about this show is that it is a frustrating watch. It leaves me with the question of, should we be viewing pandemic media? Still, fictionalized pandemics. Or after living through one, or still trying to come out of the fallout of one, maybe we should move on. Maybe we should be viewing more happier media. Things with happy endings that are neatly tied off, all the characters live, no emotional fallout, right? The Dead Meat podcast is a horror podcast online, one that I am personally a very big fan of. One of the hosts, Chelsea, had this to say in their latest episode on Squid Games.
Now, I think I was just reading something about how a lot of marketing research has been kind of stifling for creatives right now because according to these marketing firms that studios and distributors and stuff hire, they've been saying, well, people want something happy right now. People don't want anything too...
I saw something about Black Mirror not doing episodes because, like, they don't want to add to the moroseness of culture.
But I think that there's kind of a desire for that. I think it's maybe a catharsis to, I think a lot of people, myself included, I found this show really cathartic in terms of just the director intent and like what the showrunner, the creator is trying to say, and it just felt so honest and sincere and like really visceral and like was not holding back anything in terms of what the philosophy is of the show and stuff. And I think like I hope that it's not overlooked that people want that and people are smart, like people, you know, we trust viewers, trust audiences. And
personally, I agree with her. There's a lot to be said about feeling validated on your feelings. The word I've been throwing around this episode, agency. The ability to connect with the characters and their struggles. The conflict you're seeing on screen. There has been a lot of sadness and a lot of personal stress to turn on the TV and be pulling your hair out in frustration. This isn't a virus where you can simply kill it off like in fictionalized media. But maybe in viewing characters struggle with loss and grief and their world being ultimately changed, maybe it's validating. There's not a lot to go on when it comes to media involving the pandemic. And some of the newer stuff that I've been seeing circulating about the pandemic plays this off at a comedy angle. Again, a lot of big studios think that we just want to laugh and be happy. Yes, we do, but also we should be validated in feeling sad, in feeling that our world has changed. In a way, there is no going back to normal, just continuing to find a normal. I think we should still be watching fictionalized pandemic media.
How often do you touch your face? What? In a day. How often?
I don't know. Once an hour?
Every 3 minutes. You have mouth-hand contact every 5 minutes. You touch somebody else every 20 minutes. That's how contagion works.
You don't like terrorists? Try negotiating with a virus.
A virus exists only to find a carrier and reproduce. That's all it does.
Thank you for watching this very brief episode on media in general. I'm hoping to do more of these short-styled videos on the channel, so make sure to like and subscribe. If you weren't aware, I've started a Patreon page. All the content on it is free currently. Hopefully by December I start adding some actual paid subscription and tiers, you know, things that are exclusive to Patreon people. But right now, if you want to catch videos early, you can go to the Patreon page. I'll have them at least 12 to 24 hours up ahead of me putting them up on YouTube. Once again, thank you for watching. Make sure to follow my Twitter and Instagram, like and comment down below to start a discussion on your thoughts on pandemic media. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.